You know, storytelling is all the rage in marketing these days. It's like somebody gave marketers a hammer and everything is starting to look like a nail. There's brand storytelling, product storytelling,
digital storytelling,
visual storytelling,
transmedia storytelling, collaborative storytelling, gamification storytelling.
What's going on here? Is storytelling just some fashion trend or marketing's newest secret sauce? So a while back, I decided to find out for myself. Now, intuitively, I knew what a story was, but I really wanted something more than a gut feeling. So I went to Google and I searched, what is a story? Seems like a simple question, but I got back over 1 billion answers. The most popular answer was that a story is something that has a beginning, a middle, and an end. So what makes that any different than a bologna sandwich? Looking for something a little more definitive, I found this. Stories are narratives with a plot and characters generating emotion in narrators and audiences through a poetic elaboration of symbolic meanings that audiences can relate to and identify with. You see, the problem is the word story doesn't really have a concise definition. It's like the word love, and people have been trying to figure out what that word means since Adam met Eve. So I decided to take this matter into my own hands. And I decided to take the very best parts of all the definitions I came across to come up with one that was simple but general enough to be all-inclusive. And here it is. See if this makes sense to you. The story is a recap of something that happened when a character set out to overcome an obstacle in order to achieve some goal. Sort of like the story I just told you, where I'm the character who ran into a number of obstacles that had to be overcome in order to find a workable definition for the word story. Now, having finally arrived at a definition I could live with, I had a flash of insight. I started to see that brands and stories really do have a lot in common. I mean, think about your brand. Isn't it very much like a character trying to overcome obstacles in order to get people to choose it over the competition? But that brings up an even bigger question. What is it about your brand that is going to make it a story character that people like? Certainly it helps to have unique features and benefits. But we all know that unique features and benefits don't stay unique forever. And if you don't think so, I can give you a great deal on this really cool, slightly used cell phone. So I asked myself, what did I like about some of my favorite story characters, past and present, like Superman, Sherlock Holmes, Robin Hood, Luke Skywalker? And I came up with 2 answers. First, they always have unique abilities to solve some problem, whether it's a crime, injustice, or a way to outsmart Darth Vader. But here's the kicker. They go well beyond that. There's always some internal engine that drives them to solve their problem. And it's usually a passion to prove something's important, like the importance of righting some wrong, standing up against oppression, or putting the bad guy in his place. And this becomes their destiny, their mission, their cause. And it's also what causes us to become emotionally connected to them. We cheer them on as if it was our goal that needed to be accomplished. But we're not really applauding them as much as we are applauding what they stand for. And as it turns out, this happens to be the way we become emotionally connected to brands. When it comes to marketing, you can tell stories all you want, any way you want. But becoming a story is something quite different. Much like the story characters we like, identify with, or aspire to, a brand can have the same effect on us. So my advice, put away all those books on story arcs and story structure. You'll be a lot better off thinking about the passion behind what it is you do and why you do it, and making sure that you demonstrate that in every way possible. If you'd like to learn more about how you can turn your brand into a remarkable story, of course you can read my book that discusses a planning process called Storybranding, or your team can attend one of my workshops. Just fill out the inquiry form on the bottom of this page, and I'll be more than happy to send you information. In this way, we can search for your best story together.